The following video is one in a series on spiritual resilience training, a non-religious view of personal values and their dynamics with others. The contents reflect a variety of principles and practices of systems theory in relational counseling for team building and family resilience. Although the series is intended to support Army Corps values, each video also encourages the viewer to reflect on their current prominent values in specific situations and to consider what values may be more appropriate to means and results that are honorable and helpful with others. Chaplain Dillard initiates creating and posting these videos. Their contents and YouTube's linked videos do not necessarily reflect specific beliefs, practices, requirements, or endorsements of the Department of Defense, its subordinate organizations, or other groups with which Chaplain Dillard is affiliated.
Welcome back. We are continuing our series on DiSC personality styles. If you haven't at least seen the first video that looks at the overview, what DiSC is all about, the XY axis that helps us discern what personality style we prefer, what others in our relationships prefer, what that means, how that relates to family and work and others. All that is in the introduction, and it's really foundational to what I'll cover here. I won't be going into it again, but I will be building on that. So if you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to watch it. We've also already done the D and the I, the dominant and the influencing personalities. Today is S, which is stability. That is what the S personality style emphasizes. What is most basic to the S is their lower energy for relationships. They're slowing down. The D and the I, they're faster. Because they're future focused, they're high energy to get things done. But the S and the C that we'll see next week, they're more focused on the present and even the past some. They're looking more at detail. They're looking more in the now, but also the past, learning from the past. So they're more focused on specifics. Their motivation is relational safety and security, and also others who also work to prevent conflict. Like the I, they're focused on relationships, but the I is fast. The S is slow. The I is looking in the future. The S is looking now and also learning from the past about what may have caused conflict or what is causing conflict now so that they can work on that to provide a stable environment. That's their motivation. Some positive in teams. S's tend to be very dependable, patient, good listeners, and working for consensus. If you think about teamwork, the S is all over it. They want people to be working together in harmony. That is the strength they bring to the team. On the other hand, challenges in the team, they tend to be people-pleasing, avoiding big changes that may upset the team, and they're sensitive to criticism. If they like harmony, and they do, S's like harmony, think about the flip side. They don't like anything that brings discord. They don't like big changes that rock the boat. Anything that might challenge people working together in harmony is not appealing to them. As far as disposition and analysis, an S tends to be a great team player. They're focused on detail and how that impacts the team, but they tend to be overly committed to harmony. Any analysis that might show a need or other teammates' desires to do something that could rock the boat, separate the team, cause conflict in the team, they're going to shy away from that. They will overemphasize facts and analysis that would bring harmony, and they'll underemphasize things that could bring even initial discord. So, some growth areas in the teams. They need to be more open and more flexible for interpersonal conflict. Sometimes getting things done is going to necessarily involve interpersonal conflict. People see things from different perspectives, and we need to hear each other and not just be yes people or closing our mouth and going with the flow of the team. If we do that, we never really work toward what is best. We work towards what is easiest, and that's not good. So the S has to be willing to deal with interpersonal conflict. As far as combinations of styles, a primary and a secondary function, an SD wants to stabilize others by providing direction and authority to accomplish tasks for their team. Their goal is stability, but the means toward that goal, they realize there are tasks to get done, and they may be willing to accept authority and to provide direction so that the team can be stabilized, so the team can be in harmony and cohesive. An SI wants to stabilize others by inspiring them to be a team. So they're primarily focused on the status quo, keeping people together and feeling cohesive and harmonious, but they want to maintain that by providing continual inspiration so people don't backslide into discord. Sometimes a good thing, sometimes not a good thing. Lastly, an SC wants to stabilize others by noting and working for everyone's conscientious behavior. They value stability, they want the harmony, the cohesion, and the way that they're going to work toward that is making sure that people do the right thing, because they realize when people violate policy, when they violate what is safe physically or emotionally or relationally, that's going to impact the cohesion of the team. And so they're working on the stability of those, doing those right things to maintain relational cohesion. So that is the stability personality of DiSC. Hope that makes sense to you. Tune in next week, and we will wrap up with C, which is conscientious. I hope you are finding these helpful. You can tell I'm struggling with a head cold or allergies or something. Maybe I need to be more conscientious of taking care of myself. We'll look at that next week. Hope to see you then.
At the release date of this video, I am stationed with Research Development and Engineering Command, RDECOM, at Aberdeen Proving Ground, Maryland. Because the majority of our personnel are in this area, I spend most of my time here. I do, however, travel to our distant units based on command priorities and budget. I place these videos on YouTube for broad visibility to Army personnel and their families, but I hope the videos will be helpful to others too. If you are assigned to RDECOM and want to request specific topics by video, training on site or by VTC, or confidential counseling on site or by secure webcam, you can contact me at jeffrey.d.dillard.mil@mail.mil.